He said, "You're a master of your styles of kung fu. And I'm a pretty good cha-cha dancer. Why don't we do a deal? You teach me kung fu, and I'll teach you cha-cha." Now, an average person would take 3 to 4 weeks to learn my basic moves. But Bruce took only 3 nights to master the moves. So much for my cha-cha lessons. Bruce didn't even give me time to learn the basic beat.
The Orphan was the second last film Bruce would make before leaving for America. In it, he played the most extreme of his delinquent loner roles. His final film in Hong Kong was a complete contrast to The Orphan, and to any role before or after. The Thunderstorm, it is probably the only film in which he doesn't have one single fight scene. Although there are confrontations in the film, all the emphasis in The Thunderstorm is on the character's refusal to be drawn to fight under any provocation. This reluctance, at least initially, was a character device that would feature heavily in all of Bruce's later films.
Mary?
Can I help you, Mr. Chan?
Mary, Mom knows you're leaving us. It's hard to find jobs these days. She wants me to give you $100.
Thank her for me, please. But I just can't take her money.
I'm really sorry about today. My brother didn't mean it. He's sorry. I promise he won't do it again. That's what he told me to tell you.
Don't apologize, Mr. Chan. Well, anyway, I'm not your maid anymore.
Mary, I've never treated you like a maid. I'm your friend, Mary.
Leave her alone!
Mr. Wong, sorry about today.
Chan, just leave my sister alone.
David, what's wrong with you? Mr. Chan was merely offering to help us out.
We're from a poor family. My sister will marry a simple working man. Yes, cooking meals, washing clothes, bearing children. These are what she'll be doing. Any thoughts of going to school or marrying a very wealthy man? Will just bring her disappointment.
That's only one way of looking at it. I think.
Chan, I'm warning you.
Warning?
Yes. If I see anyone from your family seeing my sister or coming to my neighborhood, I'm gonna kill him.
David! Are you out of your mind? Mr. Chan, I think you better excuse us.
All right. Mr. Wong, I know you dislike me very much. However, I still want to be your friend. Let's shake hands.
I don't follow foreign habits.
It is quite likely that Bruce would have returned to San Francisco anyway, as he needed to do so by the time he was 18 to confirm his American citizenship. But the fact that things were hotting up in his constant confrontations with rival street gangs, and that his mother had to stand guarantor for him to avoid police prosecution, probably hastened his departure. Bruce Lee took the next steamer to the city of his birth. On the way, he made a little extra money giving dance lessons. From San Francisco, he moved quickly to Seattle. A Chinese restaurant called Ruby Chow's provided him with accommodation in return for work. He served in the restaurant and lived in the attic. Once established, a dramatic change occurred. He enrolled in high school, and the school dropout became a diligent student. He still practiced kung fu passionately, but no longer on other people. Graduating from high school, he went to university to study philosophy. His art teacher still treasures 2 of the drawings he did at the time.
Bruce was a good student. His work with me was always very ambitious. And I've no doubt that he was the same in all his classes.
For the ambitious Bruce Lee, it was not enough to be a good martial artist. He had to be the best. He taught kung fu to a group of fellow students, one of whom was a 19-year-old girl called Linda Emery. They were married and moved into this small but comfortable house. The former bully and man about town became the ideal husband and father to Brandon and later Shannon. A Kung Fu demonstration at Long Beach in 1964 turned out to be one of the most important events in Bruce Lee's life. It was seen by an acquaintance of a television producer who was looking for someone to play Charlie Chan's #1 son in a proposed series. A screen test of Bruce was arranged.
Right here and tell us your name, your age, and where you were born.
My last name is Lee, Bruce Lee. I was born in San Francisco in 1940. I'm 24 right now.
And you worked in motion pictures in Hong Kong?
Yes, since I was around 6 years old.
And when did you leave Hong Kong?
1959, when I was 18.
I see. Now look over to me, Bruce, as we talk. I understand you just had a baby boy?
Yeah.
And you lost a little sleep over it, have you?
3 nights.
And tell the crew what time they shoot the pictures in Hong Kong.
Well, it's mostly in the morning because it's kind of noisy in Hong Kong, you know. Around 3 million people there. And so every time when they have a picture, it's mostly, say, around 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning.
That's it. Now look directly into the camera, Bruce. Directly at it. And now give me a 3/4 this way. And hold it. And give me a profile that way, all the way. Good. Hold it. Now come back to a profile on the other side. And hold that. Give me a 3/4 on that side. And then give me right into the camera again. All right, now the camera will pull back. And, Bruce, first show me the movements in the classical Chinese theater.
Classical Chinese
Well,
theater.
you know what we talked about in the office. How they walk and how they start to move.
Well, in the Chinese opera, they have the warrior and then the scholar. The way the warrior walk will be something like this. Walking this way, straight, come out, bend, straight, and then walk out again. An ordinary scholar would be just like a female, a weakling, 90 pounds in child hours. You'll be just walking, you know, like a girl, real, shoulder up and everything.
And so by the way they walk, you can immediately tell who they
Right, what character they represent.
Now, show us some Kung Fu movements.
Well, it is hard to show it alone, but I will try to do my best.
All right, maybe one of the fellows will walk in. You want to walk
Yeah,
in?
it would be...
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Come on, lady.
Okay.
There you go.
Although accidents do happen, but, you know, there are various kind of strikes. It depends on where you hit and what weapon you will be using. To the eyes, you would use fingers. Don't worry. To the eyes. Or straight at the face, from the waist, everything on.
Hold it just a minute. Let's move this gentleman around this way so you're doing it more into the camera. Okay, as well.
And then there is band arm strike, using the waist again into a back fist.
And let's have the assistant director back up this way. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
And then, of course, Kung Fu is very sneaky. You know, the Chinese, they always hit low. From high, go back to the ground.
Now turn around the other way with your Bruce.
Okay.
Yeah. And,
What you want to do?
yes. Cross
These
the
are
camera
just
forward.
natural reactions.
That's it.
Right, right. That
All
is
right.
natural.
Right into the camera. Cheat into the camera a little bit and show this again.
All right.
Go ahead.
There is the finger jab. There is the punch. There is the back fist and then low. Of course, then they use leg straight at the groin or come up. Or, if I can back up a little bit, they start back from here and then come back.
All right.
It kind of works.
For various reasons, the series was never produced, but it did lead to the role of Kato in the series, The Green Hornet. While the show itself was not exactly an overwhelming success, it lasted 30 half-hour episodes, Bruce received favorable reviews and was probably more popular than the star. He had a small part in Marlowe with James Garner, and then came Longstreet.
I'll be kicking you.
Ready? Ready. 1, a 2, a 3. Hi,
You all right?
That guy's fantastic.
what is this thing you do?
In Cantonese, Jeet Kune Do, the way of the inter